She left her house at exactly 4:15 that evening. She told her mum she'd be back before dark, but she never returned. At first, no one noticed anything unusual. It wasn't strange for Zara to step out. She was responsible, predictable, the kind of girl who always checked in, always sent a message if she'd be late. But by 7:32 p.m., her mother had called her phone 12 times. No answer. By 8:10, the tone of the house had changed. The lights were all on. Her father was pacing. Her younger brother sat quietly, sensing something was wrong but not understanding what. And by midnight, the entire street was outside, calling her name. Everyone was searching. Everyone. Except one person who already knew something wasn't right. Her best friend, Lena. Zara wasn't the kind of girl people worried about. She was bright, warm, the type who made friends easily and kept them. Teachers trusted her. Neighbors greeted her like family. She carried herself with a quiet confidence that made people believe she was always in control. And wherever Zara was, Lena was never far behind. They had been inseparable for years. Same school, same classes, same routines. If you saw one, the other wasn't far away. Zara was the louder one, quick to laugh, always talking, always pulling Lena into conversations she wouldn't have started on her own. Lena was quieter, observant, the kind of person who noticed things others missed. Together, they balanced each other perfectly. "If anything ever happens to me," Zara once joked, nudging Lena as they walked home from school, "you're the first person I'll tell." Lena laughed it off at the time. She didn't know how much that sentence would come back to haunt her. The message came 2 days before Zara disappeared. She was sitting in class, half listening to the teacher, when her phone buzzed softly against her desk. She glanced down. Unknown number. She hesitated, then opened it. Her expression changed instantly. Not dramatically, not enough for anyone else to notice. But Lena noticed. Zara locked her phone quickly and straightened up, forcing her attention back to the front of the class. Lena leaned slightly closer. "Who was that?" she whispered. Zara shook her head almost immediately. "Nothing." But it wasn't nothing. That much was clear. Later that day, as they sat under the usual tree behind the school, Lena asked again. This time, Zara took longer to respond. "It's just someone from before," she said carefully. "Before what?" Zara didn't answer that. Instead, she changed the subject. And Lena let it go. But not completely. The second message came the next morning. This time, Zara didn't open it immediately. She just stared at the screen. Her fingers hovered, then slowly unlocked it. Lena watched her face, watched the tension in her jaw, watched the way her breathing shifted, just slightly. "What is it?" Lena asked again. Zara swallowed. Then, almost reluctantly, she turned the phone slightly so Lena could see. One line. "You can't ignore me forever. Today, 5 p.m. Lena's stomach tightened. "Who is that?" she asked, more firmly now. Zara locked the phone again. "It's nothing serious," she said quickly. "That doesn't look like nothing." Zara stood up. "I'll handle it." Those were the last normal words Lena would hear from her. At exactly 4:15 p.m. that day, Zara left her house. She didn't look worried, didn't look scared. If anything, she looked determined. Her mother called after her from the kitchen, "Don't stay out late." "I won't," Zara replied. And just like that, she was gone. By 6 p.m., Lena had sent 3 messages. No reply. By 6:45, she called. The phone rang, and rang, and rang. No answer. Something didn't feel right. But Lena told herself not to overthink it. Zara was probably busy. Maybe her phone died. Maybe she just needed time. Maybe. By 9 p.m., The maybes were gone. Police had been called. Neighbors were searching. Flashlights cut through the dark as voices echoed through the streets. Zara. Zara! Her name carried into the night. Lena stood among them, silent, watching, listening, but not calling. The next morning, questions began. Where was she going? Who did she talk to last? Did she mention anything unusual? Everyone had something to say, except Lena. She answered when asked, kept her voice steady, kept her face neutral. But there were moments, small ones, where something slipped. A pause too long, an answer too careful, and once, just once, a lie. She didn't mention anything strange, Lena said. But that wasn't true. That night, alone in her room, Lena stared at her phone, at the messages she hadn't deleted yet. Zara's last words to her. I'll be fine. Lena's reply. Don't go alone. She closed her eyes. Her chest tightened. She knew. She had known from the moment she read that message. Zara wasn't safe. By the third day, the pressure was heavier. Police returned. Questions sharper now, more direct. Are you sure there's nothing you're leaving out? Lena nodded. Too quickly. That afternoon, they asked her to come in again. This time, the room felt smaller, quieter. No distractions, just questions. And silence. Lena, the officer said gently. We believe Zara went to meet someone. No response. We think you might know who. Still nothing. Then, I didn't think anything would happen. The words slipped out before she could stop them. Her voice broke. Tears followed instantly. I swear, I didn't think anything would happen. Everything came out after that. The messages, the threats, the location, the warning she gave, and the decision Zara made anyway. Hours later, authorities moved quickly. Following the information Lena had held onto for too long, the search narrowed. The truth, no longer hidden, began to surface. When Zara was finally found, she was shaken, exhausted, but alive. The relief that followed was overwhelming. Her family held on to her like they might lose her again. Neighbors cried. Voices that once called her name in fear now whispered it in gratitude. Lena stood at a distance, watching, not moving, not speaking. Later, when Zara finally saw her, there was no anger, no shouting, just silence. Heavy, honest silence. I told you, Lena said quietly, her voice barely holding together, not to go. Zara looked at her. I know. They stood there for a moment, between what happened and what almost did. Sometimes, the truth isn't hidden. It's just held back by fear, by doubt, by the hope that maybe things won't turn out as bad as they seem. But silence. Silence has consequences. And sometimes, speaking up, even too late, is what makes the difference. Now, if you like to see more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Have a nice day.